the steely gaze of Nastia Liukin, wondering what's taking so long. What are the judges thinking about my score? Long delays usually upset a gymnast.
Yeah, and they usually don't mean, it's not a good thing when the judges take a long time.
Now, again, in this new world of gymnastics, you really sometimes look at a number and say, well, what is it? Is it like a 10? And what is that, Tim?
Yeah, that is her routine, and those little squiggly lines are actually the elements. It is a shorthand, and she's counting up right there. She was counting up the different E's and D's. A D is worth 0.4 of a point, an E is worth 0.5 of a point. There's basically two sides of the sport. There's difficulty and there's execution.
Well, she has been given a home run score of 16.6. Remember, they don't add numbers in gymnastics. They deduct from a start value, and obviously the judges loved what they saw.
And I'll tell you, what you just saw there is she had a 7.5 difficulty score, and it was supposed to be a 7.7. She did some changing around, and it's such a confusing routine that the judges, it took them too long to get the score.
Still to come, Shawn Johnson, and she has been given a nudge here, a really good, solid nudge of competition by Nastia Liukin. Now here's Shayla Worley from Orlando, Florida. She can be thinking about finishing on the podium in this event.
And it could happen. You know, one of the things, she's a very good competitor, very calm, and this is a great exercise for Shayla as well. She's got 3 huge release skills.
Plus, she just had her braces off.
Yeah, she walked in the interview room with the biggest smile, and we noticed it. She was very thankful for that. There's the first one.
Another one right here. These are reverse hex. Nice flight. Shayla has a beautiful body for the sport of gymnastics. Great toes, great line. She's got a big coach that can catch her, Jeff Woods, if she falls too.
And that's that third huge release skill that Tim was talking about.
Oh, she hit the bar there. Wow, big step forward.
Ouch.
That is very unusual. Smashed her heel on the back of the bar.
Yeah, you can hear it.
And when that happened, a flash of lack of concentration. Her mind kind of skirted away from what she was doing.
Well, it changed the whole timing of her dismount, and I'm sure in her mind she was thinking, just pull, pull. And she pulled a little too much.
She was. Then you cross that line change in here, and then you push down. That's why you felt the ball. You got it coming.
Yeah, it's these young ladies, when they pass over that low bar, they miss it by not inches, by fractions of an inch. She's getting ready for her dismount right here. She'll do a giant swing, and now watch her feet right there. She just smacks them on the bar and loses a little concentration, holds onto that tuck. Big, big step forward. She's lucky she didn't go down, though.
Shayla Worley fights through it. Damage control from Marta Caroli. We'll get her score in a moment, but now all eyes, and wait till you hear the cheer that Shawn Johnson gets. I mean, she's basically been on the radar for about a year. And here at Madison Square Garden, the cheer that she gets is just so much louder than anybody else, including Paul Hamm, who won the Olympic gold medal.
You know, it's so amazing, Al, when we sat down to talk to Shawn, she said, with all the wins last year, and of course the big win, the World Championship title, she said she's focused on this year as it's a blank slate in her mind. She's just competing with everyone else, fighting for that next win. She doesn't see herself as the world champion. She's just looking at it as an entirely new year.
Yeah, but she says the bigger the event, the bigger the meet, the bigger the competition, the more I like it and the better I am.
Not a horrible number for Shayla Worley, 15.525. That'll keep her in the running. We are 159 days away from Beijing.
Now on the bars for the USA, Shawn Johnson.
Shawn has a very tricky mount right into a release here. Perfect. She gets her release skills out of the way very quickly. There you go, right here, her second one.
Beautifully done. They almost just float back to the bar.
And you know, she hasn't added a lot of things on different events. She has focused, unlike some of the other athletes, on trying to perfect what's called the B score. No deductions. Double twisting double. Step on the landing, but
USA.
exactly what she can do. A great job. But this routine, though, nowhere near the start value that we see from Nastia. It cannot get Nastia, I think, what, 16.6? This doesn't even start that high. So Nastia Liukin is going to be the leader after this round.
But I think one thing that you had mentioned, Tim, where Shawn knows she needs to improve on are all the little tenths, the leg separations, and that's what she and her coach are trying to do day in, day out in the gym. But that release skill, beautifully done, just floated back to the bar. And this dismount, one of the most difficult dismounts in the competition in the world.
In the world, yeah.
Double twisting layout.
2 flips, 2 twists. Just a small step back on the landing, but that's exactly where she wanted to be. She had the rough start on vaulting. One of her better events, comes to the bars. Maybe not her best event, but handles it well.
Liukin with her pink slippers and her black gloves. I guess some of the people down there think it's a little cold on the floor of Madison Square Garden, and we do believe that there's going to be a leadership change here, and that Nastia Liukin will move to within 1 rotation of returning to victory in the American Cup. What's cool to me about the American Cup being here is that these women are literally feet from where Nadia Comaneci nailed a perfect 10 on the floor in 1976 and then returned to the Olympics in Montreal, did it again and won gold. This is the stage setter. This is the beginning run up to Beijing. Next it's the nationals and then the Olympic trials.
Yeah, many an athlete's career was launched at the American Cup, and I say it every year. Every U.S. athlete, certainly, they dream of accomplishing a bunch of things: a world championship, winning a world medal, going to the Olympic Games, obviously being national champion. But being the American Cup champion is very high on all of these young athletes' lists. It is very prestigious, and they all want it.
Now, the number that Shawn Johnson needs is 16.45. She gets a 15.625, so a major shift. Nastia Liukin is in the driver's seat here in New York City. She has returned to health. She has returned to form. And there's 1 more rotation to go for the women. The men's story continues when we come back. 2 rotations for the women to come.
There you go, baby. Mom, thank you for serving Tyson crispy chicken